Hi there, and welcome to this meditation today, and welcome to this meditation for metaphysical healing. Metaphysical healing takes us away from the physical reality and connects to higher consciousness, your higher self, maybe your guides, and the realm that exists around us, guiding us. I'd like you to find somewhere comfortable to just be able to relax in a distraction-free environment where you can just be. Remove any distractions from the room and turn off any unwanted notifications from any devices that disturb this meditation. And when you feel ready, find that comfortable place, your favorite place, to sit or to lie down. And once you're in that comfortable space, whether you're sat or laid down, just pass your awareness around the room that you're in. And just be aware of that physical reality that you're currently in. And when you feel ready, we're going to take that journey, and you can now close down your eyes. And that very act of closing down the eyes takes your awareness to the internal aspect of you, the physical body, the emotional body, the mental body, but also the spiritual body. That feeling of the spirit within. And to begin with now, just tune in to the pattern of your breath. And just take a few deep breaths in, and on each exhale, just release any tension, release any worries from the day, and bring yourself to that relaxed, easy place. And once you've taken those 3 deep breaths in and exhales, just return your breathing to a normal pattern. And just keep that awareness on the breath. And feel the rise and fall of the belly as you breathe. And with the eyes closed and the breath, these sensations will keep you anchored and grounded throughout this meditation. And just be aware of that cool air entering the nose, the warmer air leaving the nose. Feel yourself gradually sinking deeper into the furniture beneath you, becoming more relaxed, more at peace, all at one with yourself. You may be aware of thoughts coming and going, feelings, anything that might try to take your awareness away from the meditation. But just bring that awareness back to the breath and focus on that breathing. Focus on the in and the out of the breath. Beautiful. And as you continue to breathe and relax deeper into this meditation, we're just going to take a short journey in the mind. So you can try to visualize or just imagine as you follow my guiding words to the garden of deep healing and connection to the higher self. And in your mind you just find yourself in a beautiful meadow with lots of yellow and white daisies and dandelions and lots of lush green grass. And through this meadow you can see a narrow, beaten down track that leads to a beautiful forest with large trees. And in the distance you can hear a river flowing. So you start to follow this track, one step at a time. You just take your time down this track. You feel the beaten down dirt beneath your feet. On either side of the track, it's lined with lush green grass, dandelions and daisies. And they just move and sway in the gentle breeze. And some of them push past your legs as you walk past them. You look down at your feet and you're walking on this track with bare feet, connected deeply to the earth, grounding, safe, protected by the earth. And ahead of you, you see this forest and the sound of the river getting closer. So you continue to walk through the trees. There's large trees all around you, surrounding you. They're all full of leaves, full of beautiful vegetation, moving in the wind, and the sun shining through the branches where there's a break in the canopy. And you feel a great sense of comfort and peace in this forest. as you connect deeper to nature and deeper to the earth. And ahead of you, you can see a small metal bench, a wrought iron decorative metal bench, and it's positioned perfectly to watch the river pass beneath you. The sound of the river, the sound of the water, is so peaceful, refreshing, and cleansing. So you decide to take a seat on this bench and just rest there a while as you listen to the sound of the trees blowing in the wind and the sound of the water flowing beneath you. And you feel deeply relaxed and deeply at peace. And just tune back into that breath. And realize how peaceful you feel, how balanced, how light, and how at peace you feel. However, there's some elements that require attention today from your higher self or your spirit team. These could be physical, mental, emotional, or spiritual issues that may arise without little knowledge of them. This is totally fine, as the mind tends to hide issues that need to be found and released. So as you sit there in this bench, I just want you to take an aspect of yourself and just pass your awareness down your whole body, from the top of your head to the soles of your feet, and just look into every aspect of you from this outer perspective. Take a look at the physical body first. Let's just tune in to any issue that you'd like to deal with today. Is there any physical issue you'd like to deal with that crops up in your awareness? And as you pass that awareness from the head to the feet, you see an issue that needs to be addressed in the physical body. And when you become aware of this issue, I just want you to give it a colour and just see that colour on that area of your body. It can be any colour you wish. And with this outer aspect of yourself, just allow it to come closer to this colour and place your energetic hands around this colour and see your energetic hands from your outer aspect of yourself, filling this colour with a beautiful white light. And you start to become aware that this issue, this feeling in the physical body, is now subsiding. It's now being released. And it's being filled with a beautiful white light from Source. You're going to take this colour in your hands, this outer aspect of yourself. Take this issue in your hands and allow it to raise to the heavens and lift away, releasing, removing this physical issue within your body. Beautiful. And now bring that aspect of yourself back to that area. And once again, place your energetic hands on that area and feel the warmth, feel the healing, feel the removal of anything that may remain. And this part of your physical body now feels so much lighter and easier. Beautiful. We're now going to use this outer aspect of yourself again, and we're going to look at the mind. Any issues within the mind that need to be released today. Any emotions, any feelings, any thoughts, any negativity that may be within the mind. We're just going to bring that outer aspect of yourself once again and scan your body from head to toe and tune in to where this mental aspect, emotional aspect may reside that needs to be healed today. And when you find this area, this mental, emotional aspect that needs healing, once again, just assign it a colour. Any colour you feel. And just see that colour on that area of the body. Even though issues can arise within the mind and within the emotions, it doesn't always mean that they remain within the head. They can move around the body quite freely and be quite happy, creating a disturbance in your energy. However, we're now going to release this disturbance that may have been there for some time. So with this outer aspect of yourself, once again, visualize your hands of light being placed around this colour, this issue, this mental, emotional issue. And see your hands emitting this beautiful white light from source and filling this space within this colour with this high vibrational healing energy. It's transforming and transmuting these thoughts and feelings and emotions into positive, high vibrational feelings and emotions. However, to allow the healing to deepen, we're going to lift this away with your hands of healing light. So just see yourself now lifting away this mental, emotional issue and see it in your energetic hands. And give it permission to move away, to go back to source, to be healed fully. See it floating away back to the heavens to be healed. Beautiful. Now bring your awareness back to that space where this issue once resided. And place your energetic hands upon that space and see it being filled with this beautiful healing light. And follow this light and see it filling the rest of your body. From the top of your head all the way down to the soles of your feet, your whole physical body being filled with this beautiful white light. And now you can return this outer aspect of yourself and move it back into your physical body and connect with yourself. And just take a few moments to allow that connection to integrate. Beautiful. This whole process you've been safe. You've been grounded. You've been secure in this healing process. And you've released issues that may have resided within the physical, within the mental and emotional areas. And now just tune back into the pattern of your breath and feel that deep connection of self. Just be aware of how you feel physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Just be aware of how your body feels and how light you feel. And know that you can return to this meditation in this safe space anytime you need to release or heal something from the metaphysical realm. Or it's time to return back. So you get up from the bench and you start to move back down the track, passing the trees, passing that beautiful flowing river. And you see the meadow up ahead with the yellow and white wildflowers and that beautiful lush green grass. And you follow this track back to where you started, feeling the connection of the earth on your feet, the grasses and flowers brushing past your legs, the sun beaming down upon your body, giving healing rays of light to you. When you return back to where you started on this journey, and I'm going to count from 5 to 1. And when we get to 1, you're going to tune back in to yourself, tune back into your breath, and feel the rise and fall of your breath in the body. 5, 4, bringing that awareness back to the body. 3, being aware of the cool air entering the nose and the warmer air leaving the nose. 2, the rise and fall of the belly as you breathe. And 1, and that full awareness back to the breath. And just breathe and just feel that breath. And once more we're going to take 3 deep breaths in. And on the 3rd exhale, we're going to come back to the room and just pass your gaze around the room and familiarize yourself with the room. just take those 3 deep breaths in, and on that third exhale, come back to the room and open your eyes. And once you've opened your eyes at the third exhale, you may just need to recalibrate back to your physical body so you can wiggle your toes and fingers, maybe drink a glass of water to help bring yourself back to you. Beautiful. And I'll leave you now to enjoy your day. Thank you for joining me for this healing. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.